The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. And the Wolverines will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stopped. So the Oregon Ducks offense will get the first crack at it here. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away.
Yeah, because the defense can't win. Whether you double team him, we're still going to win. And they're going to give him the ball in quick passes. They're going to throw it deep, and they're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can. They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So the Michigan Wolverines offense has its first opportunity of the day. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside, and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997 Charles Woodson versus David Boston. Two physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, two alphas, two guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, quarterback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big.
And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? And they lost the ball out of bounds, and they'll lose a few yards as a result. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky that that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, they sure were. These ball carriers have got to know that this defense, they play with so much aggression, and they're always trying to get extra hats to the football. You have got to protect this thing at all costs. Lucky that ball rolled out of bounds.
He'll pull it down and run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, just nowhere to go there. It started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Got it set up on the outside. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Phenomenal play call by the offensive coordinator. You're calling screen passes to take advantage of a good pass rush, and that's exactly what happened. The offensive linemen, they just let those defensive ends run up the field. Quarterback did a perfect job holding on to the ball to the last possible.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. He'll try to tack on one more. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking downfield, it's York. He's going for a big play downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Pulls and fires complete to the right.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Handoff from the gun. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
To the ground. He's got it again. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive. Just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
Fires into traffic, and it's picked off. Touchdown, Oregon! How about that D coming up with a play like that? That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside. It can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game where you go back and you look, you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off of it.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach, and really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Louisiana. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy, can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Wolverines in the hurry-up. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Wolverines line up to punt it away. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. First down here from the offense. He's looking to throw it. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Ducks! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you.
Oh, look out! He's inside the 40. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that one.
They're working that left side. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. The Wolverines will hustle for the line. Dialing up a second down pass play. Extending the play. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
The field's about 53 yards wide. You got to kick it between those sidelines, or else you draw the flag. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Looking for a man. It's York. Hubs it downfield. He makes the catch. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunks.
He'll take a shot. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can flip the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Now he's going to break the pocket. Lost, the defense is wide open. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. With that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Quickly out to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Wide out in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And the Wolverines get enough for the first down.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they wanted now. They could tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Hart. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. On 1st and 10 from the 38. Dropping back, it's York. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And he made the extra point without problem. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. The The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Looking deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. The Wolverines decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Going up top on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. And the Ducks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. This is going all in. Goalpost virtually tapping you on the shoulder, heels almost in the end zone, and you're going for it. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the third quarter and get a stop on third, that should really help their confidence.
Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Grbac or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket. surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. On the move, it's Boone. They get him down, but not before he picks up 5 down to the 17-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback touch pass from the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy from the
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10, 1st and goal from the 8. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Lining up to add another. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful in making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So
just destroying his way through the field. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
And the old school toss play, huh? A little just toss to the right, get the running back on the run. A little bit more space, too, out wide where you can see, like, oh, where am I going to go? Where's the hole, as opposed to when you run right up the gut. So I like the mix-up. I like changing it up, tossing that fast guy and get him on the perimeter.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TF out.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. The Ducks will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And you just won't see a more effective punt than that, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Power football with the run. Across the 25, he's got room. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads can call plays. I mean, that's how easy. Right now, they got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
On the ground, it's Potts. And he make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Third down and 1, and this is why they call it a gut check. And the Wolverines are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. No big secret what they're trying to do here. They've kept it on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. With jet sweep pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running down the hill and making a tackle.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They move the tight end all over. Pulls it and fires to the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Michigan.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And it is good. Splits the uprights on the chip shot.